Hey there and welcome to Post Credits Presents Concessions, a snack-sized movie review episode, and today we are reviewing I Saw the TV Glow, directed by Jane Schoenbrun, starring Justice Smith and Brigette Lundy-Paine. The film follows two awkward teenagers as they bond over a 1990s children's television show called The Pink Opaque. I'm not going to bury the lead. This is not a film for everyone. This is a very challenging film to sit through. It is very much a metaphorical art house picture intended to express the experience of being queer and, most importantly, transgendered. Since the writer-director of the film themselves is transgendered, this film carries more meaning into how they've been treated and how they have had to shoulder this inner conflict throughout their entire lives. The film is complex for its difficult subject matter, taking daring artistic risks to portray the metaphorical feelings of isolation, despair, and discomfort of being within your own body. I've highly anticipated this film due to the extremely well-received word of mouth at Sundance Film Festival. I fully expected a horror film, but what I got out of this movie was much more transformational. Look, this movie is going to turn a lot of people off, and I'm already seeing an alarming amount of people already review bombing it for its queer story and its convoluted storytelling. So in good faith, I do not recommend it to a casual movie-going audience. It's not horrific. It's not a horror film per se. It's a slow burn thriller with some mystery elements, tossed in with a queer story. Justice Smith delivers the best performance of his career as Owen, a socially awkward kid that cannot make eye contact with anyone out of some deeply seated shame he feels for his connection to the Pink Opaque. He befriends Maddie, played by Brigette Lundy-Paine, who is an outwardly gay woman who introduces Owen to the television series. Her traumatic history with her father has her selectively cautious about everyone she comes across in her life, but for some reason is drawn to Owen. The two of them share a bond like no other. At a certain point in this film, I thought the story would take a turn to make the Pink Opaque show and Owen-Maddie's connection a tangible plot twist. However, it diverts away from that specific intrigue. I normally love when films make that sort of surrealist turn, but this movie does something unexpected, and it diverts back away from the metaphorical into the literal, leaving us on an ambiguous and bleak final note. The finale was definitely the most disappointing part of this film, but after sitting with it for a day or two and looking back into the meaning behind it, I've come to accept it a bit more. Despite my disappointment, I loved a lot of what this movie was putting down, between the neon shots of the television, the excellent recreation of the 1990s child mystery show, which was inspired by Goosebumps and Are You Afraid of the Dark, or the surrealist visions of the characters monologuing. I was blown away by the visual spectacle of this film. Schoenbrun has a fantastic eye for visuals, and there are some shots in this movie that will stick with me for a very long time. In particular, the shots of Mr. Melancholy. I feel like it's a disservice to call this movie a horror film because there are very little horror elements displayed here. It's because of this reason that a lot of casual moviegoers are going to hate this movie, but for the LGBTQ community, this movie may transcend on another level. I lie in between, neither loving this movie but also admiring it for all of its creative risk-taking. It takes a lot of courage to make a movie like this, especially with characters that are so socially awkward. They aren't the most emotive people, they aren't the most expressive people, but when you make an engaging story that carries the through line, you can look past all the shortcomings of the characters' expressions and their emotions. I Saw the TV Glow 3.5 out of 5. Follow the show on social media by searching for PCwithGIL on X and Instagram. Subscribe to the YouTube channel where I'll be releasing my next video very soon. I'll be back next week with a full post-credits podcast episode for Furiosa. I hope you enjoyed this snack-sized Concessions episode. And as always, go catch a movie.